Hello, everyone, and welcome to another scene for Sept of the Howling Winds, a Werewolf the Apocalypse venue set in San Diego, California. In this scene, we have an intro scene for somebody who is requesting entry to the Sept, and I will let that somebody go ahead and narrate what the hell he is doing.
So Bryce is standing at the edge of the sept. His call for entry finally having been answered. And he's just kind of sitting there, his hands in his pockets. He's standing next to a motorcycle, and he's got this leather motorcycle jacket just kind of slung over one shoulder.
So he made a howl, right?
Yes, he did. He introduced himself.
It's a howl back of Nugaru Hudis. And then one moment, please. And
Darcy.
shortly thereafter, Jessica will walk up.
Yeah, Darcy heard both of them howl, and he's like, "Oh, I actually have some free time. I'm gonna go check." And so he meets up with Jessica along the way.
She'll smile at him.
He waves.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Jessica.
How are you?
Tired, exhausted, and been avoiding rocks. Thumbs up.
You've been avoiding rocks?
Oh, you don't know? That's like my arch nemesis. Just rocks. Like, duh.
Being overdramatic, aren't you? She'll nod.
No, I always trip over rocks. You don't even understand. This is like my flaw, like my curse. I have been cursed by the spirits of rocks.
I will. Why don't you? Something not right with you, boy. Shakes her head at him, walking along with him.
He takes his hands and does a little heart over his chest. But you love me.
Define love.
He does this breaking motion with the heart. He's like, I am hurt.
Why? Because I rock. She just shakes her head at him.
He like takes his face and he's like, no, you can't be my arch nemesis.
And she smiles and walks to wherever the Nugaru Hudis is. And just looks for Nugaru Hudis.
He's just sort of, leaning against his motorcycle a little bit, just kind of waiting. He gets this grin on his face as you guys walk up.
She'll tilt her head and smile at him. Hello.
Darcy waves. Hi.
He gets this sort of cheesy grin on his face, and he looks around him, and he looks up into the sky, and he kind of frowns, and he looks back at Jessica, and he says, well, I thought the sun came out, but I guess it was just you smiling at me.
She blushes. Well, am I? I am afraid I missed. No, Smooth Talker. That's right. Oh, I see. I'm Jessica Quartermain. She'll nod.
He sort of just smiles, and you hadn't stated your rank yet, so he doesn't quite know.
Yeah, she'll say, Jessica Quartermain, I'm Adrin, Coyote's daughter. Also the mini skins. I'm like, Tana. I haven't done this in a while. She'll like look at fucking Darcy. Like, Jesus, I haven't fucking said my shit in a while.
People just recognize who you are now. You hardly ever have to do it.
Her eyes go big. Like, that's not what I meant, but thank you. Flattered.
I'm Darcy Savadra. I'm Philodox, with no tribe, Clath rank. Does this two-fingered salute?
He sort of chuckles a little bit.
I need to do rite of cleansing. I'm so sorry. Thank you. She'll like, stop. She starts figuring
I mean, I was going to do it if you didn't want to, but
I'm gonna do it. She'll just me.
we both can do it. Heath shrugs. He's like, it is kind of a Philodox job too.
Excuse me?
It's your job too, but it's also a Philodox's job.
No, fine. Go ahead, do it. Go ahead. Go.
You have that sass now, and I'm scared.
Go, do it.
Bryce,
Okay.
Veronica walks in.
Go ahead. Let me see you.
Oh. What's the roll again for Rite of Cleansing? It's been so long.
Grins at Veronica and just sort of winks at her.
I don't make you roll for it for
Veronica-
cleansing.
Veronica raises an eyebrow.
But yeah, Darcy cleanses Bryce.
Her arms are crossed.
He pouts.
What?
I made you mad.
Oh, no, darling. I'm not mad.
He's still pouting, and he's like, but I love you.
I'm sure you do.
He kind of sulks a little bit.
Bryce is sort of watching this, and after Darcy performs the rite of cleansing on him, he smiles and says, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
She'll soften. She'll smile back at Bryce. So what brings you to our little sept?
Well, I don't know. I'm a bit of a traveler, and I've been hearing a lot about the waves you've been making. I don't know. You could say I've been bounced from a few different septs. So I just thought I'd come back to California, back home, and see what's up.
Oh, so you're from here? Are you from San Diego or somewhere else?
No, I'm actually from San Francisco.
I think Darcy's from there, aren't you? Looking over at him.
Yeah, I am. I was plucked up from San Francisco by Go Things First.
He just sort of nods. He looks to Veronica, not quite sure if she had heard his howl. He's like, "Hey, I'm a smooth talker, Bryce Delaney, Almond Clea Thayerge of the Shadow Lord tribe."
She smirks hearing the tribe name. Veronica strikes with lightning, Adrin of the Nation, Shadow Lord Galliard Hobbit.
He sort of nods a little bit and he's like, I thought I smelled a little bit of kindred.
Out of game, Veronica's got both Spirit Heritage and Pure Breed.
Yeah, I can see your pure breed. He also has pure breed. So.
Nice.
So a normal ass human comes walking up. Just human. Looks at the group.
Mom! And he runs up to her and jumps into her arms.
She wraps her arms around him. How are you doing?
I'm good. I think I upset. He pouts again. He's like, I think I upset.
Furrows her brow. Upset who?
I think I upset my hero. And he just like kind of like shoves his head underneath her chin and he's like,
Wow. You are so dramatic. She just pets his head.
I'm your son. Of course I'm dramatic.
Hey, I am not nearly as dramatic as you. No, sir.
Jessica just starts laughing and laughing.
Bryce,
Peals of laughter just come off this girl.
Bryce,
She looks at Jessica like, what?
Oh, that is so true, Mama Bear.
You know,
Yes, he did make me salty. I'm not going to lie. She pushes her nose up in the air and looks at Bryce because it looks like Bryce wanted to say something. So by all means, use that lovely mouth, Bryce.
Jesus Christ.
So Bryce sort of stands up straight and he walks over to Diana and he just smoothly grabs her hand and kisses her fingertips and he says, so who is this gorgeous drink of water?
Jack Morrison's wife?
1 second. Oh my fucking god, I'm dead. 1 second. She blinks and she actually blushes a little bit because I mean he kissed her fucking fingers. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, Darcy blinks for a second and he just kind of looks at him like
married. Very happily married. She just fans herself like, oh my.
He pops up next to her. You don't say.
Baby! She wraps her arms around him.
He'll kiss her on the cheek. So soft. Hi.
Dad, Adam Levine was hitting on Mom.
He blinks. That ain't even Adam Levine. If it were Adam Levine, you'd be on the floor, fanning yourself and sweating. I remember your crushes.
Diana swallows.
He sort of just smiles at Jack and shrugs a little and he's like, could you blame me?
Darcy's jaw freaking drops.
So Jack, and I'm not fucking with you, reaches out and grabs his face gently. Okay. And he says, if you keep hitting on my wife, I'm going to break you in half, son. And he just kind of shakes it just a little bit and goes,
Bryce just smiles and shrugs. She just shrugs it off like it's nothing.
and he just pats his cheek and pulls his hand back.
She presses closer to Jack.
But she is a very beautiful woman, you're right. I appreciate the hell out of her. I've been married to her, what now, over 20 years, right, woman? Gonna smile at her.
She nods. Mhm.
Lovely, we're happy. I'll smile at him.
We're very happy. She smiles. She smiles that Stepford wife smile. It's unnerving.
Hey! He looks down at her. Hey!
What? We are.
Norts?
Cups his cheeks. Kisses him.
He pulls back. Shakes his head.
What? She pouts her lip.
Wiggle his way out and go walk off.
Her jaw drops, and now now you see where Darcy gets his dramaticism from. She's like, "Wait, Jack, no, wait, come back!" And she runs after him.
Jessica just has her hand on her, like her fist on her jaw.
And then Darcy gestures, and he's like, "I'm a mixture of both of them."
I see where you get it from now. She just nods.
The hilarious thing is that he's not biologically their child.
Jessica will pet Bryce's arm really softly. I don't think he could break you in half if he wanted to, just in case.
He smiles at her and sort of gives her this wink and like this big smirk, and he's like, I wasn't gonna say that in front of the lovely lady, now was I?
Okay, I think I'm gonna go. Darcy just kind of takes a few steps back.
Anyway, bye-bye.
Really nice.
Yeah. Leave me alone with him, yes! She doesn't say it, but she waves at him enthusiastically, like, bye!
Yeah, Darcy is like, yeah, this guy was hitting on my family. I'm just gonna go, and he runs off.
Oh, it's not me too.
Before he runs off, Bryce just says it was really nice to meet him.
Thank you. It was a nice meeting you too. He doesn't know what to say. He runs off.
Jessica just smiles at him, like sweetly, bats her eyelashes.
A butterfly starts fluttering around. Yeah, it lands on Jessica's shoulder.
Did everybody die?
No, I'm here.
No,
I'm also here. I'm just waiting for I mean, he looks at the butterfly, but it's just a butterfly. He doesn't really.
yeah, it's just
So
a butterfly.
do you
It's
plan on
resting on his
staying
shoulder.
in the set?
Are you suggesting we go back somewhere?
No, but now that we're on this conversation, I don't mind staying on it a while.
I could think of a few things, but that's true for.
I don't think you'd actually do it, though. I think you're the kind of person that's all bark and no bite. She'll lick her lips.
He raises both of his eyebrows and he says, "Want to try me sometime?"
I want to try you right now, but like I said, I think you are all bark. And she'll lean in and nip his neck. No, bite. She'll finger walk her fingers up his chest.
He smiles. And
A throat clears behind her.
She puts a finger up. I know that. I know that throat clear. I know that. She'll just look up at Bryce. I should introduce you to my husband.
He smiles. But it's, oh God, that's that smile. Wow.
That's my husband Johan. He's a husband. One of them. The best one right now. Easy.
So he takes her and he dips her and he kisses her very, very possessively.
The butterfly flutters away from her shoulder, like afraid it's gonna get crushed.
Kisses back.
And
I was
like
just
as he's
calling
kissing her, he
bluff.
positions himself in a way where he's glaring right at Bryce when he does it.
Bryce puts his hand up, like, is like the non-verbal gesture, like, "Hey, no offense meant."
I
But
was
he
just.
just like move away. It's like he's still smirking, like.
So then Jessica stops. You wouldn't happen to be bi, would you, Bryce?
I am out of character face palming.
Yeah, you just look surprised, like you would happen to be bi, would you?
I'm always up for new experiences.
Like I said, I think you're all bark and no bite.
He's looking at Johan now, and he's just sort of, he gives them the up and down as if he was checking out a woman, but he's just checking him out, like, and he just gives him this really deep, like, charming smile, and he winks at him.
He rolls his eyes. Oh my God. Another
No?
run-of-the-mill sleaze bag.
Yeah, no, Right?
Yeah.
9,
Mhm.
not doing that.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I just actually want to see if he really will put out. You know, you're
He
the
kind
only
of-
man. You're the only man for me.
Mhm.
Well, I'm certainly not putting out for a seer right now. I can tell you that. Z-pop.
He shakes.
She cups his face. Oh my god, no, she cups his face and she's like, oh my god, did you hear?
I think I might have missed something.
Nick fed his fiance to the Red Talons.
Wait,
Let me repeat that again. Nick fed Alexa to the Red Talons. I'm so happy right now.
So Johan, he nods. Okay.
See, Jessica forgot.
Uh-huh.
It never came up, so Jessica didn't really know. Like, she knew, but she didn't.
Yeah, he's he looks to her. He's like, I'm gonna go. You
Wait,
have
what?
fun with whatever you're doing. And he
What
leaves.
happened?
He's upset.
blinks, or she blinks and looks back at Bryce like, did I say the wrong thing?
He holds up his hands and he's like, I have no idea what's usual on this sept and what's not.
So she gasps really hard and bolts.
He just stands there, blinking.
Give me a
He
minute, I'll
sees
make sure I got something new.
he sees the butterfly shift into a person. She's like, I wonder why she ran off. Like she just like kind of shifts into a person and like lands onto the ground on her feet and just like kind of tilts her head.
He sort of just shakes his head a little and he's like, damn, did I pick a good sept? Hello, gorgeous.
Excuse you? She just tilts her head.
Do I need an excuse?
I'm what? She is like kind of disgusted. Like it's not the fact that he's like his appearance or anything. Like she just does not like people flirting with her whatsoever. And so she has like this really disgusted look on her face.
Shrugs.
Okay. Nice meeting you.
I'm Bryce Delaney. I don't think we actually have met.
Yeah. We probably have met. You're one of those sleazeball guys that sit at the back of a bar checking girls out and being like, oh, I bet I want to get into her pants. I know your type.
Sure you do.
She rolls her eyes.
He just smirks.
A fellow comes walking by and looks over at them and smiles gently.
She smiles.
Do we have a new member? He says softly in French, like a French accent. And he'll come over.
Oh, that's what I'm hoping. I am Bryce Delaney, smooth talker of a Hamid Clea Theurge from the Shadow Lords.
I don't mean to cut you off, but the urge out of introduction.
My apologies.
It's okay. I'm Emir Rose. I am Galliard of Tirchenher. Athro, among the people of Hamid Bon. I am, how you say, walking the sept. You two want to join me?
I'd love to. Is my bike safe here or should I store it somewhere?
It's okay. It'll be fine.
He nods.
I probably have a billion other better things to do, but whatever.
Oh, do you know, ma petite Mariposa?
Probably.
Smile.
She just smiles.
He wiggles his nose at her. He offers his arm to her.
She shrugs and she'll take it. Like he doesn't seem as threatening as the other guy.
Cause he's really gay. He's like super gay. Yeah, he'll just smile at Bryce softly again. So you say you're a Shadow Lord, oui?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I am.
There how many Shadow Lords on the Sept.
Really?
Oh, those have Shadow Lord blood.
I look forward to meeting more of my kin.
The Beta of the Sept. One of them, Sullivan Black. He is Fianna, but he is of Shadow Lord blood. And you are Theurge, oui?
Correct again.
The Sept is very strong with the spirits. Also one of the greatest rights masters in the nation, calls the Sept his own.
I have to admit, I've heard a great deal of things about this Sept through the grapevine.
Oh, like what? I'm curious. Spill the tea.
He sort of half grins charmingly, and he says, "Oh, well, I mean, the normal sort of things you'd hear about a Sept that goes about changing the litany."
Oh, yes, because this happens every day. We kind of like playfully smirk at him.
He chuckles.
And
Well,
how do you feel about the changes to the litany?
I think they'll make my life a hell of a lot easier.
Which rules in particular?
Well, the first one.
I think many of us found this to be something of a burden lift. So as he's walking, you'll notice that he walks past someone. For a second, you think he walked past a mirror out of nowhere. But he'll pick up the mirror's image, his hand, and kiss it and give him a little spin, letting go of Sal's arm.
He lights up, and he is spun. Comes back to
Bonjour.
him. Hello, my love.
Bonjour, mon coeur. How are you?
Better today.
Look, this is Bryce Smooth Talker. He has Shadow Lord come to us.
Oh my, Smooth Talker. How did you earn that name?
Well, it's not exactly flattering.
I
Oh,
can
so
imagine she rolls her eyes.
Judging by Sal's reaction, he just nods and he's like, "Ah, I see." He just sticks very close to Emil.
he's smiling at Bryce, just kind of getting a better feel for him.
Bryce does seem like he's starting to be a little bit more at ease. Because not every other word out of his mouth is him hitting on somebody.
And Sal does appreciate that he's not hitting on her constantly.
I'm just, I don't know. And I've never really settled anywhere. I'd be looking forward to settling here. I guess we'll see what happens.
You know, I have a theory about you, and I'm going to remember it now. He'll tap his temple. And I can't wait to see later if I am right.
Is that so?
Oui. Oui, mon petit. We will see.
Seer raises a very curious brow, as if to say, "Share with me later."
I'll spill all that to you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sort of smirks and he sort of just winks at Emil.
Asir blinks, shakes his head.
He gives a really nice, really nice smirk to Aesir as well.
He gives a very polite smile back and squeezes Emil's hand.
Emil tilts his head. Like he's watching Bryce kind of processing something.
So, anything I'm supposed to do aside from introduce? Is there a specific person I should introduce myself before I decide whether or not I can settle on the sept, or
Not really.
So
go?
He'll look up for a second, trying to think of how to word this, and he'll say, I would give it a few days before you decide you want to stay here. I cannot say why, but you are not going to want to make that decision right now.
I never make that decision lightly. I just wanted to make sure that I was following everything I needed to be, just in case. You know,
Who
trying to
is
be.
it? He'll look at Asir and he'll kind of furrow his brow and say, who is in control of housing and who goes to it? Who manages the housing? Ever the hotelier he is.
Right?
Isn't it Sammy Morgan?
He nods. It is.
He'll lean back and he'll howl for Sammy. And a couple of minutes later, this little fellow, I'm just gonna put his overlay straight up, will show up. Looking like, again, he doesn't know how he got here, but here he is. I have responsibilities now. Whoa, how did the fuck this happen? And he'll
Right.
smile at Bryce. Like, wow, hi.
He smiles back. Hey.
Oh, what can I do? He'll just look at them like, why am I here?
Bryce looks back and, at Emil. Like, I don't know what you called it.
Sammy just tilts his head and he's like, that's the second time that's happened today.
Asir clears his throat and he smiles to Sammy. This man needs housing on Sept.
He holds a finger up and he digs out a very large, binder. And he'll say, how many people are you?
Just me and my bike for now. Smirks.
He'll nod. As in, you're looking to breed and have a child, or?
No.
Okay. I get it. And he'll flip through, and he'll pull out a key, from when you have a little trading cards in a thing, that kind of a sectioned off plastic. He'll pull out a key, and he'll hand 2 keys to Bryce. We'll put the binder back in his bag. And he'll kind of motion him to follow him. The rest can too. I'll take him to a tiny home. And I'll point at it.
Thank you, Kyle. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
I appreciate it. And he sort of looks at Emil and Aesir. He says, I really appreciate the hospitality you show me.
Of course, Emil says softly.
Aesir will nod. Of course.
Sammy kind of waves and runs off. Like, yeah, bye.
Aesir will wave at him.
He just says as Sammy runs off, see you around.
See you around. See you around. Running. Emil looks after him and he's like, he's shy.
Shy, and he looks like he's about to keel over dead.
That boy needs to rest. Oh my god, I don't think he sleeps. He did look really tired, Bryce noticed, like really exhausted.
I imagine it must be quite. It must keep him busy handling the affairs of a sept this large.
He'll look back at us here. I will. I know there are shadow lords in the sept. I will give them a poke and tell them to come by. And there are other theatres. Oh, you know you should meet. I already said Sullivan Black. Did I say him?
I believe so.
He is a shadow lorded. Yeah, like shadow. Parlez-vous français? He says to him.
Give me a second. He does know a second language.
Yeah, he asked if he knew French.
Bryce sort of just shakes his head.
So he's basically going to talk through Aesir. He's basically going to tell him, like, he can't English right now, so he'll switch to French and get Aesir to translate for him. And basically what he says is that Sullivan Black is a Shadow Lord blooded Fianna Theurge, but his blood comes from the Shadow Lords. And he should probably also meet Dominic Carlo, his packmate. And he believes Darcy is a Theurge, though he's not sure because he hasn't spent much time around him.
Grima.
Look at Darcy's not a Theurge? No, Darcy's a Fellodox, you're right.
Yes. Grima's
Yeah,
is
he'll look
the
at-
age.
Yeah, he'll look at it. It was Grima, I'm sorry, I mixed up the characters. He'll look at Hand of Aesir and he'll kind of lift his brow and say, it is Grima who's the Theurge, right? Not Darcy. They look
He
alike.
nods.
He'll nod.
I really do look forward to meeting more of the sept.
Well, I look
If you-
forward to seeing more of your potential. Almost as if he's trying to say to him, he realizes that he thinks people probably write him off as just being a smooth talker or a pretty face. And he's actually trying to, like, give him a chance and kind of see past that.
Bryce smirks and says, I look forward to trying to show it to you. If you'll excuse me, though, it's been a rather long night. Long ride.
Of course. Of course. I shall see you around. And I'll walk over to Hand of Aesir and wrap his arms around him.
Bryce
smiles.
looks at Sal and he just gives her a wink. And he walks off to grab his bike and bring it back to the tiny house.
Aesir will tap, or Emil will tap Aesir's nose. And I'll say, if I remember correctly, when I have wedding nights to celebrate.
He nods. We do.
Squeeze his hands and look at Sal with a bounce of his brows. I need to excuse myself. Excuse me.
You are excused. She waves her hand away, and she's like, "I have to go find my water puppy." She,
Why don't you go find Toya Petrova? I want to either scream across the set.
Esther laughs so hard.
she taps her lip, and she's all like, "Well, I am Sal Petrova." And she wiggles her eyebrows.
Oh my. He'll blow her a kiss. Like, bye-bye.
She catches it and runs off.
Indeed. That's one butterfly he tolerates. You know, she's not just a butterfly. She's a butterfly, a redhead, and a Jew.
Mon Dieu. She
And he
crafted
adopted
specifically to
her.
scare. I think she was made specifically to scare him.
That's probably why he adopted her. He gets a. He shuts his mouth. He's like,
Sadist. He's a sadist. He pulls his hands. Let's go.
sadomasochist.
Really?
Mm.
Speaking of sadomasochism, he bounces brows at him.
He bites his lip. Like, all right, come on, let's go. And I think that is where we can end the scene. So, thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching. We will see you next time. Goodbye.